Yo, what's up everybody? This is your boy Palazzo. I'm here to introduce you to a brand new app. Application impya. Bajita Tubichima Mobile Waste. Yeah man, mwatulabako danga tugenze wakati ununa kasasiro. Kati bobanga omulina ewaka, just call. Yeah man, Tubichima. Download the application. Kweriku Apple, kweriku Android. Yeah man, you can download it on Google Play, in the App Store. Bajita Tubichima. Kasasiro yena ali waka ali kuchalo. Oyagala bamuno na we are the ones otuse. Download the application. Tubichima application. Tubichima Mobile Waste. Tubinona direct. Yeah man.
Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed in this talk show are those of the individuals appearing on the show and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Investigator TV.
Good morning, everybody watching us. Welcome to this show, the Sports Luombo. This is the edition, special one for the World Cup. We want to analyze the World Cup as it stands now. With me, with my great friend here. He's going to introduce myself, but my name is Charles Gaza. Charles Gaza is doing the first show as a host. I've been in sport for long, I understand sport very well. We want to discuss the World Cup. So far, the show is interesting. The games are being hosted in the US, Mexico, and Canada. Mr. Bossa, please introduce yourself to our viewers. Tell them what you do, who you are. Of course, most of them are your fans. They know you already.
Thank you so much, Gaza. Welcome, viewers, once again. Like he said, it's a special Sports Luombo. My name is Bossa Sigoa Patrick. And our key discussion this time is the World Cup. Sorry, today you're not seeing Mr. Njovenjenya around. He got some issues that took him away, but he will solve them, and probably you'll see him back sometime.
Okay, thank you so much. Viewers and listeners and watchers, like we have said, today is a special edition for the World Cup. The World Cup, goals are galling, people are scoring goals. Can we first talk about these goals? They're fascinating, every team is scoring.
Yeah, I think when they increased the number of teams to 48,
yes.
These teams, the teams that are there, have chosen not to disappoint, have chosen not to take us back to the limited numbers that we used to have. Because if you remember, I don't know if you watched the 1990 World Cup, that World Cup had only 24 teams. And probably the World Cups before, I think, even had 16 or even fewer. This time, we moved from 32 to 48, which to me, I think, was a plus. Now, about the goals, these teams have chosen not to disappoint, because at least every team has scored a goal. There have been, of course, a few disappointing games, like the Ecuador Curacao, which ended in 0-0. Spain Cape Verde, which ended 0-0. But, you know, you have teams like Japan, emphatically scoring 4 goals against an African giant called Tunisia. you have German, of course, who did not disappoint at all, scoring 7 past newcomers Curacao. You've had Netherlands beating Sweden, yeah? 5-1. The Sweden, which has strikers like Isak, they have Gyökeres, and a certain is it called Yassin someone?
Yeah, Yassin.
Yes.
Yassin,
Yes,
the youngster.
a youngster of some Arab origin, who also who I mean, I've mentioned those three because those three teamed up to destroy Tunisia.
But before the World Cup started, you know very well Isak, the Liverpool international forward. He came in from
And injury.
Newcastle. He had a poor season. His debut season was not okay.
With the Liverpool.
For Liverpool, people expected him to shine, to score goals. He did not. But you see him in Sweden.
Yes.
Do you see any improvement from? Are we seeing the Isak we know? Because he seems to enjoy the World Cup, and if you are to look at the statistics, Sweden is on the verge of qualifying for the next round. Do you think Isak is getting to his best?
I think so. Well, the poor start due to injuries in Liverpool somehow could have been a blessing in disguise. You see, this sometimes that I tell people that when sometimes somebody says, "Oh, I've been down," I always tell people, no, probably you were not really sick, but the body was fatigued. Maybe Isaka's injury, a long period with Liverpool, probably enabled him to recover, enabled the body to recover. Because remember, in Newcastle, he had played about 3 consecutive seasons and was always the man they were relying on.
Yes.
So probably the body was tired, and which I think resulted in the injury. And that as he was recovering from the injury, the body was also recovering. And now, when it came to the World Cup, the man now looks recovered, and most likely we might see a different Isak when it comes to the beginning of the Premier League in August.
We cannot talk about World Cup and you don't talk about the great Messi.
True.
Out there, fans are confused. People are calling him the greatest ever to have happened to the game. We watched him with you there. We had our reservations. The man missed the first penalty, but he came back to score 2. Set record, break records. You as Bossa, how do you look at this guy? Do you think he's the greatest we have seen? You said you watched World Cup 1990. I was privileged to have been in Kampala. I also watched it. I watched Maradona. I did not watch Pele, but the boy is scoring goals today. They have erected a very huge statue of him back in Argentina, and he gave an interview and said, "This is not the end of him. We might see him in 2030." So please tell our viewers, how do you look at Messi?
Yeah. I like the words of Lionel Scaloni, the current Argentine coach, when he was asked about who Messi is. The man just says, Messi is Messi. Okay? Well, the biggest advantage with Messi is, to me, is the respect he has for the fans. Because, well, when we look at Messi on the pitch, he looks a tired player. Okay? But when it comes to execution, when he gets the ball, He knows where to place it. And yet, he looks a tired person. But probably his discipline, his discipline towards the fans, towards the respect of his fellow players, the discipline, the respect he gives them vis-a-vis the respect they give him is what is carrying Messi as he is today. Of course, he has done a lot in the past, but remember, what he has done in the past was at club level. Now, today, he's giving us what we wanted to see him at the World Cup. Because at the time he was performing for club, I was still underrating him. To me, I was always like, no, unless Messi wins the World Cup, he can never be the GOAT.
Yes, now you have mentioned the GOAT. I want your answer. Messi is being placed in the same league with Pele, the great Pele,
Yes,
and the great Maradona.
Maradona.
Maradona single-handedly gave Argentina the World Cup 1986,
yes.
Mexico. You know his hand of gold, the goal against England. Beautiful. People who watched him, we have watched the
replays.
The guy is good. He won World Cup.
Yes.
In comes another South African, rather Southwestern, well, they were American, South American. Pele, the great Pele. Pele lifted single-handedly Brazil to World Cups, and he has World Cups on his belt. How do you compare to Pele, Maradona, then now Messi? Messi has one World Cup. Maradona has one World Cup. Pele has more than one. So how do you determine the greatest?
To me, if we had to go by the World Cup alone, the answer is obvious.
Our viewers, I think you also have your answers to it, but for me as Gaza, I still think Pele remains the greatest player the world has ever seen. He is a king, and the king remains the king.
Now, let me add on this. The people who are bringing in the debate of Messi probably being the greatest of all, or even the Ronaldo who has never won a World Cup, is because this is being engineered by the Europeans. And the Europeans are doing so to promote their leagues.
Their leagues, yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Yes, to promote their football. Because, Europe, and as the truth is, view themselves as the best in football, which is true. Because theirs is coupled with the fans and the media, how they've branded their league.
Yes.
They are the Champions League, the Europa, now the domestic leagues. I mean, when you look at them, they are big already. Okay, so these guys want to slot in that to kill those who saw Pele, to kill the Pele lovers.
And remember, Pele played in generations before us.
Before us, yes.
We cannot end this argument, viewers, because it's you can say the story of the egg and the chicken, which came first. But people who love the modern football, they will always love Messi. Messi has given us everything that we want to watch. He's broken the records, but it's about how many World Cups do you have? That's where Pele beats them. We can't finish this topic without discussing the African teams. Ghana,
yes,
came the other day and shocked the world. And put up a brilliant display against who had become the new favorite, England. They frustrated England. England came thinking after beating Croatia easily, whitewashing them 4-2, Ghana was going to be a simple. But Ghana had something different. Quiros, the former Manchester United coach, manager, came with his boys and they served a different meal. There was a juju man, I hope you know him, in a great juju man in Ghana. He predicted, he said, I've cast a spell on Hurricane. Hurricane will not score a goal against Ghana. Bossa, tell us, how do you view the African performances so far? Ghana is already in the last, they've qualified for the last 32. That is where World Cup is going to start. They say the World Cup, you mentioned it in our preamble here, that this World Cup, for the first time, we have 48 teams, including a team that came of a population of 150,000. Isn't it?
Yeah,
and
another about 700,000.
Yes. So the teams are so many. People think that now the real World Cup will start at 32, round 32. I have asked you a question of the African performance, especially Ghana, Morocco,
if they think
and South Africa. These three countries have progressed, and they are Africa already. They're already in the round of 32. Talk about the Ghana, how Ghana came and frustrated England. England that had emerged as the people's favorites because they had put up a very good show, whitewashing Croatia.
I think England, as England, are a team that has a certain weakness that I've always seen in them. Whenever England win the first match or a match against a stronger team, to them it resonates in their mind as if they have won the next match. In fact, England behave exactly the way Arsenal does.
Yes. I don't want him to add on from there because he has, in a nutshell, explained to you what happens to England. I think they have tension that builds into them.
Exactly.
However, I would want to tactfully explain what is Tuchel, the German coach, who is now the coach of Three Lions England, his tactics. The team of England, the way I'm seeing it, Madueke, you cannot give Madueke 90 minutes, rather 80 minutes, when you have Saka on the bench. Yes, Madueke, on a good day, can produce a wonderful game, but you can't give him 80 minutes when you have other options on the bench. You saw England is missing creativity. Declan Rice has played a lot of football for Arsenal. The legs are tired. We are told he's even playing with
the injuries. Yes.
The team going forward, Eze is not that ball player. Is England missing somebody to provide the balls to the Hurricane, or we go by the juju man who bewitched Hurricane not score? What do you think? For me, I think tactics here must come in play. Because if you do not have a creative midfielder, Cole Palmer was left behind, was not brought. Is England missing somebody? And as we progress to the last 32, where big teams are going to show up, do you think they're in trouble?
Certainly, the English have one problem, that they, as England, they do not produce much talent like other European teams. Secondly, the other problem they have is they talk a lot. The media. When Saka came to the world, okay, those guys really spoke about Saka. This is the next Messi. This is so and so. This is now. Today, it was good that Max Doman was left out. But had he gone to the World Cup, my dear, I don't know what they would have said. So probably such thing, it's good to talk about the good things you have. But sometimes you might talk about them and forget to put them in order. They forget to put their team in order. They have good, talented players. When it comes to Madueke, I think what this German coach is looking at is how Madueke has been performing at Arsenal. True, Madueke has always been the first in the team before Saka comes in. And Saka, honestly speaking, is tired. Yes, he's creative, he's tired. And another problem with the Saka is so vulnerable to injuries.
Ndugu Sigowa, on this sports room, I want you to look into the camera and tell the fans who want answers that was it fair to give Madueke at a big stage as World Cup 80 minutes of play? Let's be realistic. Was he lacking options?
Probably giving him 80 minutes was quite an oversight. Maybe he would have given him something less than that. 55, 60 minutes.
For me,
maybe.
If I were the coach, Madueke was done with 45 minutes. Because the bench is rich. He has Watkins. You know Watkins, how he can perform.
Yes,
you just need to change tactics. If Hurricane, if we go by what the Juju man claimed, he had cast a spell on him, and indeed you saw he missed a sitter. We are coming in on Saturday. They have their last group game. They are playing Panama. What do you think they should do to lead the group? Because a win for them is automatic group leaders.
Yes.
They are playing against Panama, a small footballing nation. And you know England, when they have been scared, you say they are like Arsenal. How are they going to react following the Ghana stalemate?
Yeah, their reaction against Panama, I think, of course, they need to come all out to win. Panama is not that simple team that you think you're going to squeeze in a nutshell and go past them. You know, the country itself, yes, is small, but their players are not. I saw them against Ghana. They were really playing very well, and if anything, they seem to have had more attacks on goal, the Ghanaian goal, than how many times Ghana
came. I told you the tactics of Ghana was strictly to frustrate England, tire them up. You know, the game was so physical.
True.
And once you're physical, England is dead. Now,
what I think Panama will do, they will also want to emulate their fellow island neighbors, Curacao. They will want to walk away with a point.
Look at the table standing going in the last game of Saturday. Ghana has 4 points.
Yes.
England has 4 points. Croatia has 3 points.
Yes.
A win for Ghana could take them top. A win for England will take them top if it remains like this. But remember, the issue of goal difference comes into play. And any one of them want to lead the top because of the opponent they face in the round 32.
Exactly.
So Ghana is playing Croatia. England, I think, is the luckiest because they are playing bottom team Panama. Panama have not yet won any game. They have 0 points. But like you said, anything can happen.
Anything can happen. They
can come and frustrate England.
And because they also know, Panama knows that if they win that game, probably depending on the results in other matches, they might go to the next round as the third best losers.
That option is there.
Yes.
Because they want it. Okay. We can't have finished this talk show without mentioning the golden boy. The golden boy is back for Brazil, Neymar. Neymar was given about 5 minutes of play. He has been suffering with injuries. Neymar is a one player. Everybody is saying you've come great. You are, of course, in Brazil. He holds the top scorer chart. Is the top scorer of the team. Do you think we are going to see a Neymar we have been seeing? Is he going to shock the fans and replicate the performance he showed the last World Cup? Are we seeing the real Neymar coming back for Brazil?
Well, at some point I thought to myself that this World Cup we are seeing 3 players who are aged but were famous at the same time. You remember even at some point, I think it was 2015 or 14, when number 1 was Messi, Ronaldo, then Neymar. We are seeing them again almost after 10 years. Neymar, the challenge he has is that he has not been playing regular football. He has been having injuries. The other challenge that he also has is that it will depend on what kind of team they face and what kind of what the game will look like when they are playing in the next round, that the coach will be compelled to bring him on the pitch. Because I don't think the coach wants to bring in Neymar to save him, to look for goals. It's not the Neymar we used to know. This is a Neymar who is brought on the pitch, okay, or who was brought in the World Cup, probably for Brazil's likes or to go up on the social media.
Mr. Sigowa, you rightfully stated that if you look at the stars, maybe anyone will tell you that the football mafia wanted all the best players at the World Cup for brand issues. You have Neymar, who went back home. He plays in the Brazilian
league, which is not famous.
Which is not famous. So is our great Messi is in the US.
You also in a league which is not as famous.
Of its own Vinicius, whom we are seeing in Real Madrid, Mbappe, towards the end he was not okay, but Mbappe for France will always be Mbappe.
Yes.
Briefly, as we crown the show, I want you to tell us, when are we going to feel the World Cup? When you walk on the street, it's like we have not yet been in the World Cup. What is the problem? And what do you think should be done? Is the last 32 going to bring the fire? Is it the fixture, the time the games are being played? Games are being played at 1 a.m., 4 a.m. in the morning. This is the time Ugandans are sleeping, pubs are closed. How is Uganda going to feel, Ugandan fan? When are we going to feel the World Cup pressure? When are we going to say that he has arrived?
I think it will be when we reach the last 8.
A game at 4 a.m., are you sure Ugandan will wait for a game at 4 a.m.?
If at 4 a.m., we shall have good representatives there. If I'm sleeping, Gaza, you'll watch. If you're sleeping, I'll watch. And either one of us will tell the other what conspired.
Let's come to the favorites. Favorite number 1, according to you. Who are the favorites before I give you mine?
So far, the favorites, if you have been watching our shows with Mr. Ndiomijen, My first favorite was France, and they seem not to have disappointed. The second one, I mentioned Spain because of the way they play. They actually play very good football, save for this frustration by Cape Verde. I also mentioned the current holders, the world champions, Argentina. They have not disappointed, though to me they are a little slower. If they find a team which is faster, more tactical, like Morocco, they will get issues. Those are three. I also
see
mentioned
in your top three, you do not have Brazil.
yeah,
Brazil,
it says Brazil is my number 4.
okay.
And not that Brazil is playing well. By the Brazil is not playing well, not playing good football. But I'm mentioning them because they are the record World Cup holders
At 5.
at 5. And 2 of the last 2 World Cups played in Mexico, they have 1. Or in the fact, of the last 3 World Cups played in Mexico and America, they have 2. One they won in Mexico in 1970, and 1994, the one they won in the US. So that's what makes them, also come in as favorites. And we've seen Brazil starting slowly in 2002. In fact, they came as non-favorites. Then they surprised everyone. One would have slotted in England above Germany, but Germany is another surprise package. They are a team that might play badly, but as long as they reach knockout stages, Germany are a very dangerous team. And this time I'm seeing a German with young players, not a German I used to see with old players, young players playing a football I would define as spiced football.
They are playing spiced football. I watched them yesterday against Ecuador. They were ahead. They scored. Leron Sana scored the first opening goal. But the tradition German we know, they play long diagonal passes.
True.
Beautiful passes. They are good at that. But now we are seeing them doing tiki-taka, the Spanish style, passing the ball to the nearest player. Is when you go against your identity. We've seen the trophies they've won. They've been using their tactics. Germany are tactical. They play, like I've told you, long diagonal passes. When they get you in the penalties, you know who they are. When you change your identity and you try to pick the identity of another favorite who is in Spain, and Argentina, I don't think they are perfect at that type of football they are playing.
Thank you. I would term German as a craftsman. You see, if a craftsman can choose to make a basket out of papers. But we all know that baskets are made out of certain reeds. Sisal. Okay? These are Germans. The Germans are trying to adapt to a new style to fit in the current...
To the modern football. Okay, thank you so much,
Yes.
Bossa there. I want you to also, because I asked you about the favorites and you ably mentioned them, and all these favorites are still in contention.
Exactly.
I want you to look into the face of our viewers and tell them, if Africa for the first time were to win the World Cup, of the teams we have there, Morocco, the last edition, represented us well up to the semis.
True.
Who do you think can shock the world and lift it from Africa?
Well, to be honest,
Look into the viewers.
to be honest, Morocco, if they accept to be called Africans, can still go and win the World Cup. But I have one challenge with all African teams, including Morocco. Because it's a question that I've been asking. I even asked my colleague out there, why is it that African teams love scoring one goal only? We talked about Ghana. I didn't speak actually about it. For them, when they score one goal,
And they start defending.
and they start defending.
So you think that the lackluster goal scoring,
Yes.
because of the way we play, we
is-
cannot win the World Cup as a
It will be,
tournament, and then
we can win, but it will be hard, very hard.
Ndugu Sigoa, he who alleges must prove. You cannot allege that Moroccans don't call themselves Africans when they qualified from Africa.
Morocco, it is you who calls
Can-
them. It's you who calls them Africans. Those guys went to
They are who? Where do they belong?
wait, like in the last World Cup, when one journalist was trying to interview one player, then the other player tried to correct the judge, said no, first Arab. To which
I think Posa is right. I used to have a friend of mine, the great Cranes coach. I've never seen any other coach like that. I worked with him closely. I was a media officer for Uganda Cranes during Muhammad Abbas' reign. Muhammad Abbas came from Egypt, but every time I would go with him, interact, looking for the best players to pick, he would of course ask me, you Africans, you are, they think we are not them, but that is just thinking, because on paper we all know Morocco belongs to Africa, and Morocco has invested a lot of their monies in building the African football. They've always been available when CAF is
They
looking
are
for
only
who to
football.
host. They have been partners with CAF. I think whether they want it or not, they are Africans. The color does not mind. So, like Sigo and Douglas stated it clear. For me, I think Ghana, the one that represented us, took the African flag so high in 2010. I was in Soccer City when Samoa Gyan broke our hearts in South Africa. We thought Ghana was going to the semis. They did not. But this young team, I want people to watch it. The way they are playing as a unit. They are enjoying the game, and the pedigree they've been there.
And,
Ghana and Morocco can take us somewhere. Watch them out.
one thing I wanted to add on about Ghana, you see, Ghana are trying to play the kind of football they're trying to play is this. You see when somebody has committed a crime, they try to do certain things. They try to do certain things the right way, so that they are not blamed for the past crimes.
Yes.
And the crime that Ghana committed to their fans, they didn't qualify for the AFCON.
Yeah.
2025. So they are trying to make themselves clean their name, and be a very good representative for their country and for Africa as well.
Yeah, some of you who did not watch the games yesterday, we had some very good games. People are sleeping these days. Games are tiresome. You can find these games on the Investigator. We are going to upload them. However, I can tell you what happened. Japan, Sweden, it was 1-1. Tunisia, Netherlands. Tunisia was beaten 3. We had Paraguay, Australia. They played to a goalless draw, 0-0. Turkey, US. For the first time, the US have lost their 100% record. They lost to Turkey, 3-2. We have scintillating games to watch. The Vikings, the Norway. Norway are a dark horse. I don't know why Dugusigo has not talked about it, but that team should be watched. Norway has a monster. You know what Ireland will do at a very good team. You watched him in Manchester City. They have Ireland. They have I think you support Arsenal. Your captain. Arsenal captain.
But they have quite a number of players from the Premier League,
So
And,
I think they are a dark horse.
German and the other leagues.
Yes, and a good day, Norway can surprise. They're going to play France. Alan versus Mbappe in goal scoring. Watch out for that game. It's going to be interesting. Don't sleep. There is another African giant whom we have not talked about who plays today. Is it Senegal?
They actually two. Senegal and Cape Verde are playing. No. Senegal, Cape Verde plays tomorrow. Senegal plays against Iraq, and this game will be at 10.
At 10.
In fact, both games are going to be at 10. So we can watch them before we go to sleep.
So Africans, I implore you to come and support your teams. They are playing. You can have any other team you support, but when an African team is playing, they are representing. Those are our boys.
We hope Senegal can score about 5 goals.
To make the cut.
Yes, hopefully to make it. But you never know. These Arab teams are not the easiest. Iraq and Iran have developed their football of late.
So as we come to the climax of this beautiful show, the Luombo Show, Investigator, we ask you to read the Investigator. Every day we are uploading stories. The latest stories are there for you. Read them. Sports Luombo. The way you know the way the word from Luombo comes mixing here and there. Today we have decided towards a special edition on the World Cup. When the World Cup is there, the world comes to a standstill.
Sure.
Please say your last word to our viewers as we...
Thank you, our viewers. You've been with us for the last few months. Please keep on supporting us. We can't leave this show without mentioning Yaya Extra Residence. Yaya Extra Residence is a restaurant that prepares organic meals in the form of luombo. And do you want to know how this luombo is done? Interestingly, it's done the Yaya way. So if you want to eat food done in the Yaya way, please visit Kulambiro Chisasi Ring Road, plot 2630. You'll have luombo. If you want to call for deliveries, please ring the number 07011 20,000 and you'll have your luombo delivered at any destination in Uganda.
And of course you need to tell them that as they are eating luombo, there are screens, giant screens here. This is a World Cup, official World Cup viewing place. The screens are big. Let everybody come and enjoy. We have the tight security here. So it's a sports club. You can still come and enjoy. As we tell you, you will have all your presenters here. So it has been me, Charles Gaza, your host today for the first time, sitting in for our colleague who has had issues. We are so sure the issues will be resolved very soon. We love you and support Africa. Ghana Oil is my team.
Thank you.